Hi, thanks again for watching Your Come Up, where on Your Come Up, we talk about all topics to help you come up: business, finance, personal, spiritual, physical. Today, we have returning resume coach Dan Lacora to talk about how to make your voice heard in a meeting in a good way, not in a bad way, so you don't go to that unemployment line. So if you like the content, we're throwing it up, you know what to do. Thanks again for coming back, Dan.
Hey, thanks for having me, Nathan. So how do we make our voice heard in a meeting? So I've been saying this in the past interviews here. I always say the loudest guy wins, loudest girl wins, right? And I don't literally mean the loudest. I mean, what are they saying that's important that is always getting their voice heard, right? So let's talk about that. We're sitting in the work and home environment, or maybe you're not, but I would kind of like to throw this at the work from home environment because it's harder. So if you can take the tips from the work from home, especially if there's no video, right? Where it's just a phone call pretty much, but especially if you're really not that important in the company yet, now you can be. So when important topics come up, this is your time to shine. You know what I mean? So if we're talking about something that actually matters in the company, and this is your judgment, this is your time to start speaking up in the meeting. Because there's a lot of people that attend meetings that don't say a word. And so, it's like, why are you there? And if you're trying to come up in the company, raise the ranks and whatnot, like this is a good opportunity to do it. So take advantage of this opportunity. So a good example is answer a question when someone is asking it. So if there's on an important topic and someone's asking a question, and there's always a time where people are respectful and they kind of like don't say anything up first, so someone can jump on it. Be the person to jump on it. So if you know the answer to that, be confident, make sure you know what you're talking about, answer that question and answer it well, and try to carry on that conversation yourself. And this is the time where they're gonna be like, I'll use myself. Dan answered my question. I was a director asking a question, and this lower level employee is answering it. That's pretty impressive to me. That person's gonna stand out to me. And if I keep doing that, if Dan keeps doing that, then I'm, as a director, I'm really gonna notice that person. So that's your time to shine. But yeah, very important to make sure that you aren't just talking the talk. Walk the walk. Make sure that you know what you're talking about. So be confident. I know it's a little nerve-wracking and maybe you don't seem like you know what you're talking about, but like I said before, fake it till you make it. So make sure you're somewhat confident. Make sure you know the answers to the question. Try to answer them as quick and responsibly as you can. And after that, take control. So if you really want to stand out, make this meeting yours, right? Go in there with that confidence. This is your time to shine. If there's a question that is asked, carry on the conversation. Drag out that topic as long as you can on something that you know about. And maybe you have questions and maybe you can give some constructive criticism or make it a constructive, positive conversation. And then, try to not take control of the conversation for the entire length of the meeting, 5-10 minutes if you can. And from my experience, I've done this before, right? Because I am speaking from experience. Other directors or managers will speak up and ask questions, and then everyone's getting to know you, right? Yeah. A big no-no, right? This is something that's very important, especially if you're involved with directors or high-level people, right? Do never, ever step on toes. You need to take the judgment to the fact that if we'll do the little corporate line right here where we have employee, manager, director. If a director is asking a general question and your manager is on it, your manager is actually supposed to answer that question. It's dumb, but that's the way it is. So don't speak up before that happens. Maybe talk with your manager before and say, hey, I'm trying to get my voice heard. Do you mind if I answer some of our department's questions? That's a very professional way to let that happen, because if you step on the toes of your manager, your director now knows you are not a good person, let's say. So, and you're too eager, and then they'll stop involving you in meetings because you keep jumping the gun. So you got to kind of judge and time out when it's important and necessary and an opportunity for you to jump into these conversations. Kind of an art. It is the game. Talks about the political corruptness of every meeting. It goes right into it, right in your face. But if you can kind of wean through that, get yourself noticed. It's all part of moving up in the ranks there. And so lastly, just be confident. If you're on a meeting, talk, don't whisper, right? Talk loud, kind of like I'm talking right now. I've always been worried myself where I feel like I'm talking over, especially if there's women in the conversations with me. I'm a little afraid to talk personally at all, because I feel like you get that judgment of this loud, confident guy, and then a woman does not want to talk, right? So try to be confident and open, I would say. Right. Address other people, give credit to other people, be like, hey, Angela, what are your thoughts as well? So try to get other people involved if you can. So once you've kind of made your voice heard, get other people involved, maybe you can get other people to talk as well, make it a productive conversation. No one really likes to talk on these online meetings in corporate. I don't know why. I think people just don't care. They're kind of burnt out. But get them involved, because then that also shows that you could be a manager because you're getting involved and this is someone that looks like they care. So yeah, that's what I got for that one.
Once again, Dan, thanks again for coming back. And
thank you.
Dan's a resume coach. If you guys need any tips and tricks on how to strengthen up or boost your resume for your future employer to notice you, his contact information is in the description. Thanks again for watching. Until next time.